Hey, 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 everybody. It's your favorite paralegal, aka Cassandra Lynn. It is 7:45, so we're getting started right on a dot. I'm not going to try to keep you guys long, but as you can see, today's topic is I don't want to say our girl. Well, Miss Fiona Harvey from Scotland. I don't even know if that was a Scotland accent. That's horrible. Hey, Katina. Hey, Curly. Before I give some time for people to come in. Hey, everybody in the bushes. Don't forget to like when you come in and just say hey. You don't have to hide. Uh, definitely chime in if you want to. If you want to stay in the bushes, that is totally fine. I'm not mad. At this point, if I have 3 people in here or a million people in here, I'm still going to be the same. But I wanted to cover this topic tonight because I actually watched Baby Reindeer, and I was one of those people that I when I binge, that's the word I'm looking for. When I actually binge on movies or shows, I literally just stop everything that I'm doing and I will sit there for hours and hours and hours and I will watch probably 10 episodes in one day. I'm not going to lie to you guys, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys do that too. So, I was going on Netflix and I kept passing Baby Reindeer, and I'm like, "What is this? This movie sounds stupid." I was not gonna click on it. I was not about to watch this stuff. Now, my right, Katina? And so my the way that my Instagram is set up is I either have fishing or working out or spiritual things. And so that's what my feed comprised of. But I seen everybody talking about Baby Reindeer. So what did I do? I went ahead and I clicked on it. And I was hooked on the first episode and I couldn't stop watching it because I was like, what's going to happen next? What is she going to do next? Now, if you have not seen it, I don't want to ruin it for you, but I suggest if you are into those type of movies, definitely go watch it. Go spend some time and watch it. Now, I what was it? I don't know what I was doing. I think I was scrolling on social media and I seen that she sued. So the how can I say this? The show is not really about her. It's about the dude, Richard Gadd, who is actually he produced the movie and everything, but he also starred in the movie. But his character was Donnie. Martha is who is the real Fiona Harvey. So Fiona Harvey is the real Martha in the movie. And I'm going to get into all the other good stuff that we're going to talk about tonight. So she went on Piers Morgan, and so I was so intrigued when I saw this. I was like, okay, who is this lady? Then I seen a Piers Morgan interview with her, and we're gonna watch like little clips of it. And I was like, this lady is I don't know. She's different. That's what I'm gonna say. She's different. Do I think that she probably had some psychological mental issues? I think so. But who knows? But I was just blown away with her filing a lawsuit against Netflix because one of the things that she said on Piers Morgan was that she didn't even watch the movie. She just had people coming up to her saying, this movie was out and just telling her things. But from her, what she said out her own mouth is that she did not watch it. So in my head, I'm seeing this lawsuit and I'm like, well, if you didn't watch the movie, why are you suing them? And then the rest is history. Yes, yes. So we're going to dive into the lawsuit that she filed against Netflix, and we're going to look at some articles and some clips, and you guys are going to be the judge of, is she telling a lie? Or, well, I don't even want to say that. We're trying to figure out, one, if she even has probable cause to even to even file a lawsuit. Now, this is just a civil suit. And if you guys been with me, you know the difference between a civil suit and a criminal suit. Girly Cookie said, "Yeah, right. As nosy as she is, I'm sure she watched it several." And you exactly, exactly. And guys, if you have not watched the Piers Morgan interview in its entirety, do so. Um, I'm sitting here because Piers Morgan is just like, are you telling me the truth or are you telling me a lie? Because some of the things that you're saying, I believe you. Some of the things you're saying, I don't believe you. It's just like everybody has different truths, and that's what we're going to get into as well. Where do I want to start? All right. So without further ado, I don't want to keep you guys long because I know I got to wake up in the morning and start my work week. I don't even want to start it, but that's neither here nor there. All right. So I'm going to go in. Doo-doo-doo. So the first thing, and I feel like I'm teaching class, y'all. That's how much I love school. So what is the truth? And y'all gonna see as to why I'm going over this. So as far as a noun goes, it can be the quality or state of being true. It can also be that which is true or in accordance with fact or reality. The third is as a plural noun, a fact or belief that is accepted as true. So when we thinking about this movie, just think about truth and think about fiction. So in fiction, and this is something that I'll be teaching my adult learners, we already know that what fiction is something that's invented or untrue. So with that being said, how much of the movie was truth? How much of the movie was fiction? Whose truth was it? Was it Richard Gadd's truth? Because if we watch the movie, we know that it was based off of his point of view, what he experienced. And you'll see what we're talking about when we get to the petition. So keep that in mind. Let me try to minimize some of this. Okay. And y'all, please let me know if you are able to hear this. Okay, I'm gonna start right here. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear this. Okay, so we say we can't hear. All right. So I'm gonna stop it and then I'm gonna reshare because I think I know what I did. Probably, yeah, I didn't share the audio. Eh, I'm gonna do this one. All right, my bad, y'all. All right, y'all should be able to hear now. So let me go ahead and play
And I
that.
was very, very hungry. I'm diabetic, so very hungry. So that's
And
the
did you
truth.
talk to him?
Okay,
He
so I'm
did
gonna go back.
I think he was
So
one of the.
this here is where Pierce Morgan asked her about some things. And I want you guys to kind of look at the body language. Like, when people are telling a lie and when they're telling the truth. Now, for me, because I'm a teacher, I don't know, I use my hands a lot. I don't know why I do that. But for somebody who's doing an interview, you have to pay attention to their body language. Hey, 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 Andiria. All right. So hopefully, if y'all can't hear it, please put that in the chat that you can't hear.
This to come out, to persecute someone, to take
I'm gonna
attention away
start
from.
everywhere.
The show shows you coming in to a London pub. You just named the pub, and he's working behind the bar, Richard Gadd, and he offers you a cup of tea. Is that what happened?
No, that's not correct. He didn't offer me a cup of tea. Nobody gets anything free from the Holy Arms. I was in for a meal with a drink of lemonade, and I was very, very hungry. I'm diabetic, so very hungry. So that's.
And did you talk to him?
He interrupted a conversation. There was another barman there, and he said, "Oh, you're Scottish," and basically commandeered the conversation. I was talking to somebody. It's pretty rude to interrupt. So he seemed to be obsessed with me from that moment onwards.
I mean, just speaking to you, I've never met you before, but you do look and sound very similar to the actress in the drama.
I haven't seen the actress. We're both Scottish. We've both got dark hair. She's considerably younger than me. I think she's about 18 years younger than me.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 58. I'm a year younger than you. And I think Jessica, the actress, is about 40, 38, 40.
It says in the show that you proceeded to return to the same pub time and again, but you never paid for a drink.
I don't drink alcohol. And
Did you pay for anything that you had in the pub?
lemonade or soft drink.
Would he give you free drinks? Or?
No, absolutely not. This is sort of a depiction of me as a pauper who wouldn't stand around or stand a drink. It's nonsense.
It says that you told Richard Gadd that he looked like a baby reindeer toy you once had as a child, hence the name of the show.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I appear to have written most of the show in my sleep. I dressed.
Did you have a baby reindeer
I
toy?
had a toy reindeer.
So that's true.
And he'd shaved his head. That bit is true. And there were reindeers in the shops. It was Christmas time or something. It was a joke. So I have inadvertently penned the name of the show.
Right, but that is true.
That's true. That's a true fact.
Whilst bantering with you, Richard Gadd told you he'd like to hang your curtains. Is that true?
This, I think, was a Holy Arms joke about curtains and a lot of sexual innuendo.
If you look around, everything is inspiration. My best friend.
So I'm gonna stop that right there. That so she said she had a baby reindeer, but it wasn't Lady, really? And then everybody know, if you watch this, when she's talking about hanging the curtains, we all know what that means. So she goes on to say that she never made, well, she said it, but she didn't mean it, if that made sense. Then Piers Morgan went on to ask her about the text messages and the emails, and she was like, I didn't send none of those. But yet, if you go on Twitter and you pull up her Twitter profile, you will see that. Now, I think what she has done was she has gone on and deleted everything, so you can't really see anything. I am going to search her on Facebook because I want to see how far back I can go on Facebook. And then I'll probably do a second segment of this. But I wanted you guys to hear that and kind of listen to what she says. I watched the whole interview and I'm like, man, I don't know if I believe her or if I don't believe Richard Gadd. I really don't know. But let's get into this lawsuit. Oh, you know what? Before I even get into this lawsuit, so like I said, there was a lot. She filed a lawsuit against Netflix and subsidiaries of Netflix regarding the Baby Reindeer movie. Upon research and searching on the internet, I found an article from MSNBC that shows, let's do this one. It shows, and I'm going to make this bigger, that Martha's suit against Netflix for Baby Reindeer will run into the First Amendment. So it's like, okay, everybody knows about the First Amendment, right? And then it goes on to say our robust First Amendment tradition demands that artists, including authors, directors, and performers, to be able to express themselves and share those expressions with the public. If you guys don't know what the First Amendment is, and I can't really blow this up, but I'll read it for you guys. It says, Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof, or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press, or of the right of people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for redress of grievances. All right. So that's the First Amendment. So what they're trying to say is it could be a possibility that this case be dismissed. Dealing with civil suits is a little bit different because you have to, especially if you're suing for damages and things of that nature. You guys have heard me say it time and time again. You have to be able to prove up your damages. Here, what proof do you have that this, how can I say this, that this movie was portrayed around you? This is a movie that Richard Gadd produced, he played in. This is considered his reality. Now, if you didn't see the movie, why are you suing in the first place? So I'm going to read a little bit of this article. Yes, Curly, the case of the stalker. Now, Donnie, yeah, oh man, that movie was wild. I'll tell you, I think I need therapy after that. I'm not even going to lie to y'all. All right, so this article was June 10th by Miss Jessica Levinson. She's a columnist at MSNBC. She said Fiona Harvey, the apparent inspiration for the character of Martha in the Netflix series Baby Reindeer, has sued Netflix and comedian Richard Gadd, who is the writer, director, and star of the series, for portraying Martha as a character who stalks and essays Donnie, the main character who's based on Gadd. Netflix describes the series as a true story. I'm going back to my teaching. So it says a true story, not the true story, not Martha's true story, but a true story. So it's somebody's true story. There appears little doubt that Harvey's life has been racked over the coals by the internet sleuths who identified her as the real Martha. She has undoubtedly suffered greatly as a result of being exposed as the person apparently behind a key character in the series. But our robust First Amendment tradition demands that artists, including authors, directors, and performers, be able to express themselves and share those expressions with the public. People may suffer as a result of the law that often favors protecting the rights in those seeking to share communication, even as vile and hurtful over those who seek to be let alone. Oh, I'm gonna read. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna finish read this and I'll get to your comment. As explained on Netflix website, Baby Reindeer centers a struggling comedian Donnie Dunn's, who is Richard Gadd's, strange and layered relationship with a woman named Martha, who is played by Jessica Gunning, whose initially friendly demeanor unravels as she begins to stalk Donnie relentlessly. The series is based on a show that God has been performing for years. For years. So Mickey Mouse comment says he has been doing. Oh, can I show this? I can show this. I'm getting fancy, y'all. So Mighty Mouse says uh he has been doing it as two plays for 10 years. Why didn't she say anything before? That part was the plays not that big to where she didn't know that they were being done, or did this Netflix series, like, if you guys did not realize, this Netflix series was playing in more than 66 countries. And I'm probably saying that wrong, but just know it was popular on Netflix. So for her to say that she did not see it, I'm thinking you saw an opportunity. That's my opinion. That is my opinion. But that is an awesome, awesome comment, Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse then says, let's see, Donnie the character types this is a true story. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. If people looked at the end of the movie, Curly said, shaking my head, and exactly, Mighty Mouse said, it is typed and there is a disclaimer at the end of each episode. Bingo. Bingo. So that's why I am very interested to see how this freaking case is going to be. I don't know. I get excited about law, y'all. I get I get too excited. I think she saw the play and is after money. My thoughts. I think that's everybody's thoughts as well. I don't want to go into it because I am going to actually go into the well, let's get started. We can get started with that. All right, so here in the District Court of California, here is the lawsuit. I want to blow this up so you guys can see. Now, girl lives in Scotland. Well, no, I think she lives in the UK. And she is planning on moving back to Scotland. There has been some uproar with her moving back to Scotland because we all know that she has been portrayed as a stalker, and this has been confirmed with different type of reports. Now, if everybody is saying the same thing about you, who do y'all think is the problem? That's like China. That's like China is everybody else is the problem. No, there's like 20v1 here. Okay. So Miss Fiona is the problem. Before I get into that, let me see. I want to show you guys. And there is actually on, what is that darn? Reddit. Reddit. That is exactly what it is. On Reddit, there is articles. So somebody actually did have too much expertise in pulling uh, overseas dockets. I have no clue how to do that. I think that's probably something that I might do in the future. Who knows? But somebody on Reddit actually had time today, whenever, and were decided to pull up actual articles that was published in their papers talking about this lady. And now I'm just like, okay, at first I thought she was lying. Then I was like, okay, nah, Richard lying. And now I'm back to, oh, no, somebody's lying. This lady was actually harassing people. Now, if you guys did not know, she is a lawyer. So one of the lawyer ladies advised that Fiona applied for so in the US it would be considered internship. So she applied for an internship at her firm. And then what happened? She got hired, and after a couple of days, she got fired because she was acting weird. After she got fired, she started calling, and you guys, I think it played it on the movie. I can't remember, but she started calling and harassing people. And I'm like, okay, this lady is crazy. But this is after she was even what is this article? She did a campaign against Donald Duwar. I don't even know. I need to look who that is. So this lady has a history of actually stalking people. That's bananas. All right, so let's see. So Mighty Mouse said that I think if she is a stalker, this is just another way to stalk Gad. Pathological. Agreed. And she outed herself. Neither Gad nor Netflix has confirmed it. Next one. He's and you know I'm saying he. I don't even know if you're a he. I just assume Mighty Mouse. Mighty Mouse stated that it if Gad and Netflix can prove anything, she's a criminal. You don't get sued if you just didn't go to jail. Mm. And then the next one, she isn't a lawyer. She never qualified completely. She's at best equivalent to a paralegal. No, I'm a paralegal. She ain't even qualified to be a paralegal because if that was really, well, if he was depicting her in the movie and she was typing and spelling like that, no, nope, 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 nope. I tried to do some searching on the internet for how Scotland has their law set up. Now in how can I say this? In Scotland, they're not the term is not lawyers. The term is solicitors and they're known as advisors. Based off of her credentials that she has provided, the Lauren or whoever she was stalking. So Laura actually has a law firm, and that's where she interned at. Because she, what is it called, a graduate, and we'll see that in the when I start reading the petition. So she did confirm that she was a lawyer, aka a solicitor, but because she didn't have the experience, she would work at a firm, get fired, work at a firm and get fired. She couldn't really practice. That's based off of Laura's statement. Curly said, I think she's lying because while these people complaining about her and having charge, yes. Keir Starmer, the next PM of England, got 300 emails. What? Yes, and if you even go on her Twitter page and look how I don't know, it's like one day she sends out like 100 tweets. I was like, what? But she's really into politics. So, like I said in the beginning, I don't know if this is like a psychological mental issue thing. I don't know. But they need to do a movie on her because we need answers. And I'll take this last question and then we'll get into the this last comment and then we can get into the petition. Mighty Mouse stated, I think she is suing in the U.S. because they don't have the same access to court records. The clean record she produces only the minimum and only for the past 3 years, I think. Ooh, we're going to get into that because honestly, her when she was born, I don't think that now Fiona is probably her first name, but Fiona Harvey, I think it's more to that, and that's probably why we are unable to even find anything on her because we don't even know what her real name is. But the reason why she is suing in the US is because Netflix is here in the US. See how lawsuits work is when we are suing, so when I am typing up a petition, I have to look for the defendant. So wherever the defendant lives, that's the county or the city or the state that we sue them in. And that's that. It's no other way. So that's normally, or if so in personal injury matters on that end, if an accident happened in that particular city or county, then we sue that in that county. But you always file lawsuits in the city, county, or state that the defendant lives in. That's how that works, or where the incident happened. And I hope that made sense to everybody. All right, so going to our uh, lawsuit for today. This was filed on June 16th. So that was a month. Well, no, I lied. Oh, June 6th. June 6th. So a little, not even a little, about a month and some change ago. and she is suing for libel, assault, and slander. She is not playing. We'll take a look at the parties. So she is suing Netflix and Netflix Worldwide Entertainment. Here is the plaintiffs, and here are the lawyers that she is that's working on her case. I explained in Krishan's case, I don't know, about 2 videos ago or a video ago, I can't remember, about Pro Hog Vice. So she hired an attorney in California, but then she actually has two attorneys. 2 and 2. So both of these attorneys are in New York. So how this works is that they have to, if, how can I say this? If they are not licensed to practice in California, they have to, I want to say, I guess the right term would be work under, the right phase, work under a licensed attorney in that particular state. So what they did is they had to submit their ProHawk applications and turn them into the state bar of California, and then they'll go through the application process, pay their fees, and then they'll be able um, to practice law and take on this case from New York. So if you see this, that's pretty much what happened. So she's being represented by 3 attorneys. Now going into the docket, and I'm just going to kind of run down the docket until I get to the complaint so you guys can kind of see exactly how the process is going to work. So they filed the complaint on the 6th of June. And then let's see, notice to the parties, blase, blase, blase. So in California, you have to send the alternative dispute resolution. So it's like a package that you have to file when you're filing a complaint. Let's see. And then here are the Pro Hoc Vice applications from the New York attorneys. You said this is all Piers Morgan fault. What? Well, I don't know. No, I this started before Piers Morgan. That lady seen how like this movie or this series spread it like wildfire. She saw an opportunity. I can't blame it on my boy Piers. I can't blame it on him. So June 7th, the day after they filed their Pro Hoc Vice to practice in California or under attorney in California. Let's see, on the 10th they requested for the summons to be issued. So what's today, the 6th? When was the weekend? 15 for so they have 21 days. But anywho's, this is what I'm going to say. So they issued the summons on the 10th. Let's see. And then let me see, this is another one. Hold it. That's the first one, followed by Fiona. And then here's another one. So this is a 21-day summons. I'm just trying to read it right quick. Oh yeah, so they sent this to the attorneys. Oh, no, this is the answer. Okay. This is just saying that they have 21 days. So once they receive the summons, what it is saying is that they have 21 days yeah, this is not completed. So they have 21 days to actually file an answer, and that is for Netflix. So Netflix has to file an answer with the court. When that comes in, oh my gosh, I'm going to update you guys because I am curious as to how Netflix is going to respond to this lawsuit. I really want to know. All right, so I'm gonna get rid of this, and then we're gonna open up this complaint. Ooh, also what I want to show y'all before I'm gonna show y'all the attachment that was submitted. Now, why this exhibit was submitted to the court, I really do not have a clue. I'm trying to figure out, what does this actually prove? So this is the basic certificate. So I'm assuming that this is her. I don't even know what a basic certificate is. Okay, please. This section provides general information and use of content. So I'm assuming like this is kind of a search, or possibly because it's not her birth certificate. It is just like a search. Like if we're doing a background check, this is what this is, a background check. Surname is Harvey. Forenames is Fiona Brioni. Other names, Muir, Fiona Margaret. Like what? So somebody, well, not even somebody, this is what her attorneys filed with the court. For what purpose? Don't nobody have a clue. I don't know if they filed this to say, okay, it has a correlation to Martha in the movie. Who the fuck knows? I have no, I don't even know. But I want to show y'all that that was really irrelevant. That was irrelevant information. Like, what does that have to do with the case? My point exactly. But let's get into the juicy part of it. All right, so I'm gonna switch up my voice because I want to sound like I'm I'm from Scotland. All right, I don't even know what the world that is. Hey Heather G, thanks for joining us. This is the minimum level background check. It isn't even good enough to work in childcare. Oh wow. Mighty Mouse, type in the comments where you're from, because you know a lot about England. Or wait, is Scott? I used to teach world geography. I'm about to say, where's Scotland? I know where Scotland is. Yes. Okay. So Heather said that she thinks that the exhibit is to prove that she hadn't been convicted before. Yeah, but they said that she did jail time. You know what? That is good, but we shall see. Like I said, she's been using other names. Even a nephew has spoken out. There's a lot of people that have spoken out. But like I said, that's my opinion. That's my opinion. All right, so here's our complaint for today. Fiona Harvey versus Netflix and Netflix Worldwide Entertainment. Here we go. This is a true story. If we watched it, we already know this is what it says in the beginning of the movie. Baby Reindeer, episode 1. All right. So the above quote from the first episode of the Netflix series, Baby Reindeer, is the biggest lie in television history. It is a lie told by Netflix and the show's creator, Richard God, out of greed and lust for fame. A lie designed to attract more viewers, get more attention to make more money, and to viciously destroy the life of plaintiff Fiona Harvey, an innocent woman defamed by Netflix and Richard God at multitude and scale without precedent. This is an action by plaintiff Fiona Harvey, hereinafter going to be known as Harvey, against defendants Netflix Inc. and Netflix Worldwide Entertainment, collectively Netflix, for defamation, intentional infliction of emotional distress, negligence, gross negligence, and violations of Harvey's right of publicity arising out. I read your comment. Okay, y'all like this good. I was like, oh my god, if y'all are from UK or Scotland, please forgive me. I'm trying to get into character. Okay, y'all. All right. Let's see. Arising out of the brutalized defendant told about her in the television series Baby Reindeer. The lies that defendants told about Harvey to over 50 million people worldwide include that Harvey is a twice convicted stalker who was sentenced to 5 years in prison, and that Harvey SA'd God. Defendants told these lies and never stopped because it was better story than the truth, and better stories made money. And Netflix, a multinational billion-dollar entertainment streaming company, did literally nothing to confirm the true story that God told. That is, it never investigated whether Harvey was convicted, a very serious misrepresentation of facts. It did nothing to understand the relationship between Gad and Harvey, if any. It did nothing to determine what other facts, including SA, the alleged stalking, or the conviction was accurate. It did nothing to understand whether Gad's production, which ruined Harvey, was accurate. As a result of defendant's lies, malfeasance, and utterly reckless misconduct, Harvey's life has been ruined. Simply, Netflix and Gad destroyed her reputation, her character, and her life. Whew, that is crazy. Yeah, she didn't that part. She did not delete her Twitter. Now, what I am thinking after doing some research, she has another Twitter. She made another Twitter account because the last Twitter, she said somebody reported something, so I don't know if she got locked out or whatever the case may be. I believe she made another Twitter. Based off of the based off of the movie, I don't know if it actually took place in like the early two was it the early 2000 or 2020? I can't remember. But I believe that she had another Twitter. Now the Facebook, that is what I want to see. Yes, the Twitter is still there. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that she has access, Curly. I really don't think that she has access to Twitter. But I believe that there's another Twitter and she still has her Facebook. I've seen that. Now there is one Twitter that I found, but it is private. I was like, dang, can I send a friend request? But what are the odds of her accepting it? I'm still gonna do it and see. But I want to see the Facebook because remember in the movie she was sending Facebook's messages to Gad, and who knows to who else. Yeah, ruined for what? Yeah, so she is saying that her life has been destroyed and she wants some funds. She wants some funds. All right, so let's look at the party. So plaintiff Miss Fiona Harvey is a resident of England. Harvey earned a degree of Bachelor of Laws from the University of Aberdeen in 1990, a diploma in legal practice from the University of Strathclyde in 1993, and was granted an entrance certificate to the Law Society of Scotland in 1997. In 2005, Harvey earned her graduate diploma in law, CPE, from the University of Westminster. Now, based off of this here, what Laura did say is that she earned her certificate into the Law Society. And if I'm not mistaken, Law Society is, let me see, we could do this right here. What is the Law Society? Ooh, Society of Scotland. But this AI is crazy, ain't it? So the Law Society of Scotland is a professional organization and regulator for Scottish solicitors. So remember, in Scotland, they're not known as lawyers, they are known as solicitors. It was founded in 1949 and represents over 11,000 solicitors. All right. So that could be something. That's like I live in Texas, so you have the Texas Bar Association, and only lawyers can join that, and paralegals like myself. So they have like a separate entity. So here you have it. This is for the Scottish solicitors. So you can't get into this society unless you are a solicitor, aka a lawyer. Let's go on. Yeah, to be honest, Mickey Mouse, no, she didn't do an internship because she got fired. That was the main problem with her. She would get on these jobs. First of all, she harassed people to get on these jobs. She gets on the job and then she acts crazy. From what Laura said, that's the attorney who had the law firm, she stated that as soon as she got there, she asked for a loan. You ain't even been here 7 hours and you asking for a cash loan? No. and then she was doing all crazy stuff. So I want to dig into that a little bit deeper too. So we have the party, so that we already know who the plaintiff is. The defendants is Netflix, and here, this is how I know this is about money. Look how they describe the defendant in here. I draft a lot of petitions. I draft a lot of petitions. So when you beef up a petition, that's that, just know. So I like the way that they did this. Like, it's saying, okay, we sue Netflix. Netflix, they got money. Y'all gonna pay out. So listen to how they did this. Defendant Netflix is a Delaware corporation with a principal place of business at blase blase blase. Netflix is a producer and distributor of content with over 260 million paid subscribers and a market cap of 283 billion. Netflix owns the Netflix streaming platform that streamed Baby Reindeer. Netflix acquires licensed and produced content, including original programming, in order to offer our members unlimited viewing of video entertainment. And then what they did is they submitted the annual report for Netflix showing their earnings. Netflix is at home in Los Angeles and its principal properties, blase, blase, blase. Netflix leases and occupies over 1.4 million square feet of office and studio space. I kid y'all not, this is facts. When I went to Los Angeles this last go round, and I just love, one, I love traveling, but two, I just like looking at places. Netflix is effing huge. I think I passed it going to Universal Studios. I can't remember, but I just remember looking to the left and seeing how big Netflix was. I didn't even know that Netflix was even out there. So yeah, that's crazy. Now, why they beefed up, and this is only naming the party, so they really beefed this up. Netflix leases and fully occupies Epic, which is a 13-story, 327,913 square foot high rise at 5901 Sunset Boulevard and Hollywood. Yeah, Sunset is lit. In addition, Netflix Inc. leases 325,757 square feet of office space at Icon and 953,000 square feet. They got a typo there, of office space at the CUE, both of which are located on Sunset Bronson Studios. Oh, that's crazy. Huh. And I'm just saying this because I actually passed by there, so that's crazy. I didn't know that. In addition, Netflix has leases about 100,000 square feet of space at the historic Musicians Union at 817 Vine Street in Hollywood, and over 355,000 square feet at the Academy on Vine, a development that occupies an entire city's block, bonded by Vine Street, Delange Avenue, Ivar Street, and Homewood Avenue in Hollywood. That's crazy. Upon expanding into the Academy of Vine property, Netflix CFO David Wells said, "Our expansion into the Academy on Vine property further deepens our connection with Los Angeles and Hollywood communities." And let's see. All right, so they're going on. So they are really, really hounding in, how big Netflix is, how much money Netflix make, for a reason. So now I'm gonna scroll down. So let's scroll down and get to this part. All right. So 13 says, defendant Netflix Worldwide Entertainment LLC is a Delaware corporation with a place. Oh, we already talked about that. So Netflix Worldwide is a copyright owner of Baby Reindeer. Netflix Inc. and Netflix Worldwide are collectively referred to herein as Netflix. So the crazy thing is, you sued Netflix, but why didn't you sue Richard Gadd? Why didn't you sue the lady Jessica Gunning that played you? Anybody ever thought about that? if I'm gonna sue somebody, I'm suing everybody. I'm suing Richard Gadd because you put out something that if it wasn't true, you did this to me. I am going to sue you. She went straight after Netflix. That's why when they really really beefed this part up to really hound on how much money Netflix made. Exactly. I like this comment. She has given no proof she is a stalker, and she says she isn't Martha. Exactly. She could be just someone that studied God's show, and if after a yes, yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking. Yeah, because God can prove she is or not Martha. That is totally. It's like, why don't you prove your innocence, lady? But nope, she saw money. On May 8th, 2024, Netflix and GAD hosted for your consideration FYC screening of Baby Reindeer at the Guild of American Theater Complex, 7920 Sunset Boulevard, in support of Netflix submission of Baby Reindeer for consideration to be nominated for over a dozen Emmy Awards, including Best Limited Series, Best Actor, Best Writing, and Best Supporting Actress. So so just like Mickey Mouse stated before, I honestly I did not even know he was a real comedian and that he's been doing these plays for years. So since he was doing the plays, I'm like, Ken, I want to see what I can do. Let's turn this into a movie. Let's go to, reach bigger mountains. Mighty Mouse got me crying in these comments. She isn't Martha, but Netflix should pay her for being Martha. Exactly. Lady, you just said this ain't you. Why are we gonna pay you? Oh, that's why I cannot wait until they respond. Says, yep, Cassandra, if it was me and I'm innocent, I'm suing exactly. I'm gonna sue everybody. Y'all know me. I've said it on multiple times. I will sue everybody. Car wreck happens, I'm suing everybody. Criminal activity happens, I'm suing everybody and they mama. Granny, auntie, uncle, sister, brother, dog. All right, let's see. So 15, on June 1st, 2024, Netflix and actress Jessica Gunning, who plays Martha in Baby Reindeer, hosted a special screening for Baby Reindeer at FYSEE at the Sunset Palmas Studios in Los Angeles. So here, this is standard language. You have to make sure that you are filing in the court that has proper jurisdiction. So if you are suing for a certain amount, you can not, how can I say this? You cannot not sue. You can't file a lawsuit in certain courts. So for instance, in this particular court, they hear cases that obviously that exceed $75,000. If it was lower than that, then it would be handled in another court. So that is why it is in this court. So this court has subject matter jurisdiction. The parties reside in different states, and the amount exceeds $75,000. So I want to know how much that she is actually going for. There is personal jurisdiction against defendants at Netflix principal place of business. Let's see. And they're suing because Netflix actively promoted and screened Baby Reindeer throughout Hollywood for purposes of winning numerous categories as this year's 77th Emmy Awards, to be hosted in Los Angeles, September 15, 2024, at the Peacock Theater. So that's why they sue. So they have subject jurisdiction and they have personal jurisdiction. The venue is proper. Why? Because Netflix is the one who promoted Baby Reindeer. Los Angeles has vested interest in hearing this case because the claims made in this action are important to the television and film business, which is located in Los Angeles. Curly Cookie said she needs to stop so she might about liar, liar, pass on fire. For real. He has been doing plays, writing series, and done some acting for the past 15 years. Wow. I heard an interview with him in 2016 by Sophie Hagen, Danish-born comedian, after he won the Scottish Award. Oh, wow. I'm going to do some more research on him because I really like to know his story. This movie was wild, man, and I was rooting for homie. I really was. All right, let's get into the meat and potatoes. So, baby reindeer. So, everybody knows she confirmed on Pierce Morgan that she had a baby reindeer that she supposedly got for Christmas. But 19 says Baby Reindeer is a 7-episode limited television series about the true story of Richard Gadd, a failing comedian set in the year of 2015. Gadd is the writer and creator of Baby Reindeer, in addition to starring in it as Donnie. Baby Reindeer is a worldwide phenomenon, premiered on Netflix on April 11, 2024, and has since drawn over 56 million views through May 8th, making it Netflix's most popular content this year and on track to become the most streamed show on Netflix of all time. Netflix should, Netflix stopped publicly releasing viewership of Baby Reindeer. The draw for the show is the representation made by defendants that is a true story. So everybody just keep in mind that this petition is for the plaintiff. Okay. At the 1 minute 39-second mark of episode 1, this image appears on screen. This is a true story. So when we go back, guys, to the meaning of truth, and that's why I have, as far as the title talking about whose truth is it? We all know by watching this that this is the truth of Donnie, or the truth of Richard Gadd. He just made it how he turned he turned his real life events into a fiction where some parts are true. But how can you sue somebody if you are claiming that it is not you? Just like Mighty Mouse said. So this is Donnie's true story. This is Richard Gadd's true story. This is from his point of view. So good luck, Miss Fiona Harvey, trying to figure out or trying to prove that this isn't this man's true story. This is his reality. Richard Gadd. Richard Gadd wrote and created the true story Baby Reindeer and stars in it playing himself. Gadd is a self-admitted all of these a habitual drug user. In episode 4 that we've seen, with the self-admitted history of M-wording to Harvey. We've seen that and when I say M-wording, the other M-word, to Harvey in episode 5, following her home and spying on her through the window, episode 1, and lying to the police about his contacts with her. that part was crazy. I was like, no. Yes, definitely. See, I didn't even scroll down. Oh my gosh. Whew. Baby Reindeer tracks Gadd's progress in a comedy competition while he works as a bartender at a pub, The Heart, in Camden, London. Now, here's Martha. So we know who Gadd is, but here is Martha. To overcome the uninteresting true story of Gadd's inability to advance professionally in the London comedy circuit, defendants fabricated a true story, in quotations, of a woman named Martha that Gadd meets at the pub to make Baby Reindeer more captivating. According to the defendants, the real Martha is twice convicted criminal. She spent a total of 5 years in prison for stalking Gad and another woman. In addition, Martha stalked a policeman, essayed Gad in the alley. I forgot she did do that. Violently attacked him in a pub and waited outside his home every day up to 16 hours a day. Well, when I seen that part, I was in tears. And then she was frozen over. I don't even know what the world happened. I was like, you need to, don't take her home. Take her to the psych ward. That's what you need to do. The real Martha is reasonably understood by all viewers to have done all these monstrous things because Netflix and Gad stated this was true. Again, what does it say? This is a true story. It could be the true story of Donnie, the fictional character. It could be a true story of Richard Gad. Okay? But like Mighty Mouse said, and as you guys seen, there was a disclaimer after every episode. Okay? All right, Martha. Hanging my curtains. Oh, hang my curtains. Harvey is identified. So this is the lawyer's way of saying this is proof that Gad was referring to Fiona Harvey. Because if we watch, remember we seen the Pierce view when Pierre Morgan asked her about hanging the curtains, and she said that was just supposed to be a sexual innuendo, blase, blase, blase. Okay. Which is a lady, you just told us that he wasn't talking about you. Now you're saying he's talking about you. What is it? So let's see how they identified Fiona Harvey in this movie. 30. A recurring joke throughout Baby Reindeer is the phrase hang my curtains as a euphemism for Gad having sex with Martha. For example, in episode 1, Gad's fellow bartender asks Gad when he and Martha are going to shag. Gad responds that he does not believe in sex before marriage, to which Martha replies that she is marriage material and all she needs is someone to hang her curtains. Exactly. Gad narrates that hang her curtains sounded vaguely sexual. And he responds to Martha by joking, I'll hang your curtains. To which the bar erupts in laughter. Look at this face, y'all. Hey, that lady played. She played. Jessica did her thing. She did her big one. Ain't that what we be saying now? She did her big one. Later in episode 1, Martha sends Gad 80 emails per day, including this one stating, my curtains are waiting for you. They are ready. Spelling corrected. Here, look at this. My curtains are waiting for you. They are ready. That's how I know you can't be no lawyer. If this was truly depicted as her, lady, you cannot be no solicitor in Scotland spelling like that. Absolutely not. In an interview with GQ magazine, Gad claimed, we've gone to such lengths to disguise Harvey that I doubt she would recognize herself in the show. Now, this part, I'm just like, how did you disguise her? How did you disguise this lady? You done pull up the Twitters, you done pulled up the Facebook messages, the emails. Clearly, how did you disguise this lady? Now I really need him to I really need for Fiona to add Richard Gad to this lawsuit so I can see how in the world how you disguised her. That's the funny part. But okay. Oh, here go the tweets, y'all. In real life, this tweet from Fiona Harvey 2014 to Richard Gadd in 2014 was publicly searchable on X. I still say Twitter. When Baby Reindeer was released in April 2024 and easily found. You guys already know something said based on the true story and they pull up any type of social media. That's the first place that we are going. We are going to go check for ourselves. So here's her tweet right here. Now, if you actually go onto her Twitter page, it stops at July of 2004. No, actually, I take that back. It stops at July 2016, but I tried to go to the beginning and I did not see it. So I'm going to go back on there. Within days after the release of Baby Reindeer on April 11, 2024, members of the public identified Fiona Harvey as Martha. So that's crazy. You walking down the street minding your own business and people be like, oh my gosh, aren't you Martha from Baby Reindeer? I can only imagine. Oh, and look at this. Total strangers begin to message Harvey on Facebook and call her. Y'all, what is with people calling folks? Do you guys not have a job or something else to do? People are, why? If somebody has done that, please, I will let you on my panel and we got to discuss this because why are you calling this lady? The messages below are some of the Facebook users with names beginning with the letter A. So, did you stalk Richard X? Are you a stalker? Are you on Netflix? Are you a stalker? Baby Reindeer? Are you Martha Scott? You're insane. Can I hang your curtains? Are you the real Martha from Baby Reindeer? Hey, Martha X. Hey, Martha. Are you Martha? Hello, Reindeer. Psycho stalker. Have you been convicted of harassment and stalking on Richard Gadd? You are a crazy stalker. Hi, sorry, did you SA and stalked Richard Gadd? Ooh, somebody called her the R word. Ooh, you're some nut job. Should be locked up. You're a horrible person. I hope you suffer for the rest of your life. Oh my gosh, rest of your life. Good grief. These people, goddamn. 38 says popular internet forums such as Reddit and TikTok had thousands of users identifying and discussing Harvey as the real Martha. The identification of Harvey as Martha was easy and took a matter of days as Harvey's identity was completely undisguised. In Baby Reindeer, Martha is a Scottish lawyer living in London, 20 years older than Gadd, and was accused of stalking a barista in a newspaper article who communicated with him on social media. Like Martha, Harvey is a Scottish lawyer living in London, 20 years older than Gadd, was accused of stalking. Wait, hold it. Did I already read that? Oh, okay. So in Baby Reindeer, so like Martha, all right. So this is saying, so this was her character in the movie. This is actually her. So like Martha, Harvey is a Scottish lawyer living in London, 20 years older than Gadd, was accused of stalking a lawyer in a newspaper article, and who bears an uncanny resemblance to Martha. Further, Martha's accent, manner of speaking, and cadence is indistinguishable for Harvey's. Oh, let's see. After being identified, the press in London began to contact Harvey, and the hatred towards Harvey on internet forums such as Reddit and TikTok reached extreme levels, including death threats, such as this one on TikTok that was liked by 7,000 people. It says, Fiona Harvey, count your days. Good grief. Since being identified as Martha, only days after Netflix release of Baby Reindeer, Harvey has been tormented. Harvey continues to suffer emotional distress, which has been manifested by objective some symptomology. Harvey is physically weak. She has and continues to experience anxiety, nightmares, panic attacks, shame, depression, nervousness, stomach pains, loss of appetite and fear, extreme stress, and sickness, all directly caused by the lies told about in Baby Reindeer. I'm going to tell you guys now, anytime you are suing for this type of, I'm gonna say, causes of actions, because that's normally what we call them, you have to prove all these things. So here, if you're saying that you're physically weak, you have nightmares, panic attacks, do you have medical records showing that you went to the hospital or to your PCP or to any medical professional to say, okay, and actually diagnose you with these things? Because other than that, you don't have a case. If you're going to sue for emotional distress and damages and all this other stuff, you technically don't have a case. Now, the slander and all that other part, we don't know. That's something that they're going to have to really pick apart, because Richard Gadd did say that he did everything in his power to ensure that she was disguised in the movie, but yet she was undisguised. Harvey is fearful of leaving her home and checking the news. As a direct result of Baby Reindeer, Harvey has become extremely secluded and isolated in fear of the public, going days without leaving her home. At the same time, Netflix and GAD have traveled the country promoting the show and accepted awards while receiving praise and applause for the series. Everything GAD and Netflix wanted for this true story. Baby Reindeer is not a true story. It is a lie created by GAD and distributed by Netflix. How can you tell somebody what their truth is? Not Netflix, but Miss Fiona, you're going to have to really, 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 really sit here and tell us how this is not his true story. It may not be your true story because you're allegedly lying, but it could be Richard Gadd's story. I'm just saying. Gadd confesses in Baby Reindeer that he has a deep psychological need for attention, so intense that in the past he willingly, ooh man, now I usually call those women like Lady of the Nights, but I'm gonna say he made himself a man of the night to another man to advance his career and for a little peep of fame. We seen that in the show. In addition, Gadd confessed in Baby Reindeer that he is not worried that people think badly of him, but instead worried that they don't think about me at all. To get his peep of fame and to get people to think about him, Gadd and Netflix defamed a middle-aged woman, Fiona Harvey, so completely that Harvey is even afraid to go outside. As stated in Netflix's most recent 10-K filing with the SEC, this is what they took out of their SEC report. If we do not grow as expected, operations may be adversely impacted. If we are unable to successfully compete with current and new competitors in providing compelling content, retaining our existing members, and attracting new members, our business will be adversely affected. This right here is like, I must hand it to these attorneys. They did what they were supposed to do. They really picked every single part of Netflix. So they're taking this particular section out of their 10K filings that you file to, with your financials and all this other stuff. And what they're saying is they had to do this particular movie because if you look at how well the series did, how much money that generated, and now they're going back to this one itty bitty paragraph in their report. So they're saying that Netflix is willing to do anything to make sure that they grow. so that their operations is not going to be impacted in any way. That's wild. I'm about to say, ooh, it's 9 o'clock. My night light about to come on. We almost finished, guys. 51, to ensure that Netflix continue to meet its shareholders' growth expectations and to satisfy a desperate need for compelling content, Netflix ruthlessly defamed Fiona Harvey. Now, on the flip side of that, Netflix done put out a lot of great shows. Why do you think that you are special? It just happens that Baby Reindeer just was a good behind series. Okay, it was just a good series, but they were putting out any content. That does not mean that they're going after you, Miss Fiona. Let's see. So here are the causes of actions. So defamation. I'm about to say defamation. Defamation. Harvey has never been convicted. So this is what so these are the causes of action. What are you suing this Netflix company for? So you're being defamed. So how are you being defamed? She says that she's never been convicted of a crime before. Harvey has never been convicted of a crime and has never been to prison. Attached as Exhibit 1 is a certificate confirming that Harvey has no convictions, cautions, reprimands, or warnings. Now, I'm pretty sure there's more databases in UK or Scotland or wherever that they need to go ahead and search. Notwithstanding, the central plot and arc of the series is that Gad befriended Martha, a convicted stalker who returns to prison for stalking Gad. In episode 1, at 3 minutes and 18 seconds, a defendant claimed that Martha had received a 4.5-year prison sentence. Episode 1 ends with the following repeated refrain from Gad. I had a convicted stalker stalking me. I had a convicted stalker stalking me. I had a convicted stalker stalking me. Episode 7, climax, with a 2-minute long courtroom scene in which Harvey dramatically pleads guilty from behind bars and is convicted of 3 charges of stalking, Gad, and harassment of his mother and father. Oh, y'all spelled father wrong. Oh, that scene, I was like, oh, I'm so glad he got her. And then he was trying to feel sorry for her. Hey, Candy. Hey. Yeah, like I was like, oh, look up. Good for her. But then I got mad at him because he started feeling bad. Man. In episode 7, defendants claimed that Harvey was sentenced to 9 months in prison and a 5-year restraining order was issued that same day. In fact, Harvey never pled guilty to any crime. Harvey is not a convicted criminal. I need to get in contact with somebody over there because I need some research done. Now they attached the exhibit showing her, surnames and the names that her alias is, and it shows that there's no convictions. But on some of the other channels that I've been kind of researching, they said even her nephew, I gotta find the nephew, and they said she did plead guilty and she did do jail time. So I'm gonna find exactly oh yes. Oh, aw, oh, hey Tamika. Hey. Candy said, I let me see this. Showcase all these. Yes, it's cool. It's actually entertaining. It's very entertaining. Mighty Mouse, the conviction was a way to disguise her. She could have just said it. This is so stupid. You ain't lying. LOL, Cassandra, when he said that he shouldn't have accepted her friend request, I have a stalker stalking me. But nope. You know what? I was like, why did you sit there and accept her request? Like you didn't have to accept the request. You could have blocked her email, but yet you kept checking the email. Like, man, come on. Oh man. All right, so defamation because he was saying that she was a convicted felon. Defamation because she never actually touched this man. In addition to lying about her being a criminal, Baby Reindeer makes the outrageous claim that Harvey SA'd Gad in the alley. I felt so bad for that man, but he should have. When I don't want to say that, I'm about to say plop her over the head and take off running. Like you gonna sit there and let her do that? That's crazy. Curiosity killed the cat. You sure right, Mighty Mouse. In a disturbing scene at the end of episode 2, defendants allege that Harvey SA'd him in a dark alley by pushing Gad against the wall and grabbing his stuff without consent. Gad claims he said, "Please stop," and Harvey responded, "Keep still," and continued to grab until she made him be. Oh my gosh. I just boy, whoever, if a paralegal actually draft this, because y'all know paralegals do all the work, I know they was in here crying. Cause boy, this is hilarious. And they gonna put the scenes in the movie in there. Boy, Harvey has never made any encounter with Gad. The claim that Harvey SA'd him is a lie. Another part of the defamation was that Harvey never stalked him. Baby Reindeer includes the repeated lie that Harvey stalked him, that Harvey stalked Gad. Episode 1, here's the repeated phrase that we were saying about that. For approximately 2 minutes of episode 3, defendant claimed that Harvey stalked Gad by sitting at a bus stop on the same street 30 yards away at his residence from morning to night. This is crazy. Every day now, oh, every day now, Martha would be outside, this ticket time bomb of my life. I would leave first thing in the morning and she would be there. Oh, that sounds like more African. But anywho's, then I would come back sometimes as late as 11 or 12 at night and she would still be there. It was all cat calls and snatch glimpses as she devoted 15, 16-hour days to fleeting encounter. But soon, as time wore on and the temperature dropped, I noticed a change in Martha as she descended into the staring. This lady is crazy, bro. Oh my gosh, y'all. This scene had me. Every day they showed this lady, I was crying. Lady, why are you sitting across the street from this man's house? This is preposterous. I would have called, honestly, I would have called the police or the psych ward or somebody to come pick her up because this is beyond. Like, I don't care how sorry you feel for somebody. She needed help. She needed help right then and there. You should have called somebody to come get her. That's all you should have did, man. Harvey never, well, so was she saying that she never waited outside his residence? Defendants claim that Harvey waited outside on the same street at Gad's residence every day for 15 to 16 hours is a psychotic lie. So they're trying to call old boy uh psychotic. Another part of the defamation was that they said that she stalked a police officer. I just showed you the article that somebody pulled from Reddit that went back to, I think, the early 2000s, where they reported in a newspaper article that she did actually indeed stalked a police officer. In episode 5, defendants claimed that when Gad went to the police to report Harvey for stalking, the police detective informed Gad that Harvey was a very serious woman, so serious that she once stalked a policeman. This is another lie. Harvey never stalked at any police officer, and no police detective ever told Gad that Harvey stalked a policeman. This is a lie by defendants, is reprehensible as it gives Gad's defamatory story the authority of official police statements. Another part of the defamation, Harvey never attacked Gad. In episode 6, defendant Defendants claim that Harvey violently smashed a glass bottle over Gad's head and gouged his eyes with her thumbs in a horrific physical assault, left Gad's head blooded. This is a lie. Harvey never smashed a glass bottle over Gad's head, gouged his eyes, or ever physically attacked him in any way. Netflix defames Harvey on its website. So that was the defamation that Gad did. Now this is the defamation towards Harvey from Netflix. So they're saying that Netflix owns and controls the website, www.totem.com. On May 16th, Netflix published an article on Totem by Christopher Hudspeth titled, "What is Baby Reindeer? The True Story and Series Explained." This is the Netflix article on there. The Netflix article stated unequivocally that the series is a true story, and it's important to remember that this isn't just a story, it's true. So this is how Netflix put this out there. The Netflix article is defamatory as the story told about Harvey is a lie. Ooh-wee. Netflix defames Harvey in the House of Commons. On May 8th, Netflix executive Benjamin King appeared before the House of Commons Culture, Media, and Sports Committee on behalf of Netflix and in his capacity as Senior Director of the Public Policy of Netflix. At the committee hearing, Mr. King and was asked by John Nicholson, member of the Parliament of Ochil and South Perthshire, about the duty of care due to the woman now identified as Martha from Baby Reindeer. Mr. King responded to John Nicholson and stated in the following response: Baby Reindeer is obviously a true story of the horrific abuse that Richard Gadd suffered at the hands of a convicted stalker. We did take every reasonable precaution in disguising the real-life identities of the people while striking a balance with the veracity and authenticity of the story. Harvey is not a convicted stalker, and King and Netflix statement is a defamatory lie. MP John Nicholson went, Mr. King, y'all, okay, this, I hate when I see this, went to Mr. King for a follow-up written inquiry requesting evidence for the serious claim which Mr. King to Nicholson at the select millie. So this is something that the Senior Director of Public Policy wrote to Mr. King. Let's see. At your appearance on the 8th of May before the House of Commons Culture, Media, and Sports Committee, I asked you about the Netflix series Baby Reindeer, and specifically the duty of care due to a woman now identified as Martha from the series. You told me of the following. All right, so pretty much, wow. The whole thing is that, yeah, this is going to be a good one, only because for them to even say that this, so what's going to get them caught up is that they said that it's not her truth or a true story, but it is Richard Gadd's truth or Donnie's truth or who that character in the story. And plus that he diligently tried to disguise her so nobody will figure out that it is Fiona Harvey. That's why I say it's going to be a good case, because as I'm reading this right here, who is this? Mr. King. He clearly stated that we did take every reasonable precaution in disguising the real life identities of people while striking a balance with the veracity and authenticity of the story. Um, I, I everybody knows how we are in this industry. We are going to figure you out. We're going to find you through all social media, the internet. It's all at our disposal. You really did not do a great job of disguising this lady. Oh, let me get to this. Let me get to this. I'm gonna go to the comments. Gad was broken. He thought everything bad that happened to him was his own fault. It is typical of victims to do this and be too embarrassed to important. That's very true. Miss Cookie agreed. How many stalking cases does she have? That's a very good question, and I wish I could get into their database to pull their dockets. But I wouldn't be surprised if she got more than five. I want to know if they have any restraining orders or how their process is, in that particular country when it comes to that. How is it defamation if she isn't Martha? That is a good question too, man. Hey y'all, this is gonna get good and juicy. Curly Cookie agreed. Let's see. At least five I could count so far. Oh wow. I just guessed that. Ooh wee. Heather said, I would also like to know how Gad and her previous employer, who never met, um, have nearly the same stories about her. Exactly. In the beginning, that's what I was saying. Everybody has the same stories everybody's stories match except for you, Martha or Fiona. Netflix. Mighty Mouse said Netflix never said it was Fiona Harvey. Neither has Gad. Exactly. That's one thing that they have on lock. They are not going to say that it's her. So they're going to have to prove that. All right. All of the hundreds of people Fiona stalk should make a class action suit against her. That would be funny. Curly Cook said Fiona just inserting herself into the film. That she is. It's a money grab. It is a money grab. Why isn't the conviction a way to disguise her? Hmm. Let's see. Stalking wasn't even a crime in Denmark until 2020, and even so, the bar is almost attempted. Ooh. Oh, wow. Huh, that's interesting. Oh, wow. That's interesting there. I want to see how this is going to be a good case. Let's see. So Netflix didn't provide any evidence. Netflix. Now this is another part. Netflix failed to do their due diligence. So what they're trying to say is before they put out anything or made this movie or advertise or whatever the case may be, they failed to do what they were supposed to do. As far as if you're saying that she's a convicted stalker, where's the paperwork? If you're saying that she went to jail, where is the paperwork? All of this other stuff. So this is another part they're saying Netflix failed to do this. Netflix told the lies in Baby Reindeer that Harvey is a twice convicted criminal who essayed him. Netflix again has never to this day contacted Harvey directly or indirectly to confirm Gad's story. Defendants never obtained any confirmation from any governmental authority confirming that Harvey has been convicted of a crime. Defendants did not investigate Gad's claim that Harvey essayed him and recklessly or unintentionally disregarded the truth of these defamatory statements. Netflix algorithm, Baby Reindeer is on track to become one of the Netflix most popular series of all time. When asked about the success of Baby Reindeer, Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos said that the series owed its popularity to Netflix algorithm, stating Baby Reindeer got picked up in the algorithm and started getting more and more presented. First cause of action, as we said before, defamation. And we already know that because Harvey said that she was a convicted stalker, she served a 4.5-year sentence in Scotland. She allegedly essayed him. She attacked him. She stalked a policeman, so on and so forth, and sat outside of Gad's residence for up to 16 hours a day. That is all under the defamation cause of action. Okay, so that's the first cause of action. I'm not going to read all of this and I'm just kind of summarizing. Uh, Now, I love the last two parts because it kind of summarizes and tells us exactly what it is that they want to see as a result of some type of compensation. So here it says, accordingly, Harvey has been seriously damaged mentally and emotionally. Said damages, which shall be determined at trial, are believed to exceed $50 million, exclusive of legal fees, costs, and statutory interest. In addition, because defendant's conduct was so outrageous, Harvey seeks punitive damages in that amount and will punish defendants from ever engaging in said conduct in an amount that will deprive defendants of all benefit, financial or otherwise, of their defamatory statements. That's crazy. So, for defamation alone, she's asking for more than $50 million and seeks punitive damages in amount that the jury seems fair. That's on the first cause of action. The second cause of action, intentional infliction of emotional distress. Let's see. Okay, so defendant's conduct herein was extreme and outrageous with the intention of causing or recklessly disregarding the probability of causing emotional distress to Harvey. The conduct was extreme and dangerous, defined under California law as so extreme as to exceed all bounds of that usually tolerated in a civilized community. So they're trying to say that what she experienced exceeded that. What is she asking for? Once again, an amount over $50 million, as well as what else? Punitive damages in the amount that the jury deems as acceptable. And then, in addition, $20 million. $20 million. So 50 on plus punitive damages plus an additional 20 million. That's crazy. The third cause of action is negligence. Defendants owed Harvey a duty of care to accurately represent her and baby Reindeer, which they billed as true, to confirm the details of allegations made about her and baby Reindeer as true, including without limitation her criminal convictions, her that word and physical assault on Gad, and or to sufficiently ensure Harvey could not be identified based on information in baby Reindeer. They also had a duty of care by lying repeatedly about Harvey and baby Reindeer, including her criminal record, her stalking a policeman, uh, physically and essaying Gad, and waiting outside for up to 16 hours a day. They further breached their duty of care, insufficiently disguising Harvey as the real Martha. They breached the duty of care by making Martha, like Harvey, a female Scottish lawyer 20 years older than Gad, living in Camden, who patroned the pub where Gad worked in the year 2014. They further breached their duty by giving Martha an uncanny resemblance to Harvey. Defendants breached their duty by ensuring that Harvey could not be identified within a matter of days after Baby Reindeer launched based on Harvey's public social media post. And this is the part right here, because how did you guys actually disguise her when you actually made this character look exactly like her? Yeah. As a result, let's see. Oh, this is crazy. As a result of defendants' breaches, Harvey has been damaged severely. Since being identified as the real Martha, she has experienced panic, fear, anxiety, sleeplessness, and despair. Harvey is reluctant to go outside, watch the news, and has become isolated. She is asking for, oh, let me read this part. It is foreseeable that depicting a vulnerable woman as an actual real-life violent, convicted monster to 50 million people would cause these damages. This is a case of unprecedented mental and emotional distress. Harvey has suffered severe emotional distress as a result of the defendant's negligence. So, and then this is just a gross negligence. Let's see, they're causing risk and harm to her. Let's see. Uh, uh, the rights, the safety, the welfare of her, that is considered gross negligence. Therefore, because they have done these things, they feel that that's gross negligence, and that punitive damage be awarded to each of the against each of the defendants. So they want Netflix as well as Netflix Worldwide International to pay her. She has seriously damaged mental. Wow. She has serious. No, I can't even talk. Harvey has been seriously damaged mentally and emotionally. Said damages shall be determined at trial. Now, if they get to trial, I don't know. But the way that the litigation process starts, well, the process is they're going to have to go to mediation. But so the how it goes, you file the complaint, defendants get served, the defendants have to answer in so many days, they have discovery, so request for production, interrogatories, admissions. Once they get all that together, each party has the answer, then they have depositions. It's just like questioning. After depositions happen, then they have mediation. I think it's not even going to get to trial. I honestly think that they are going to get to mediation. Now, some of this, they're probably going to work back and forth and say, hey, y'all getting us for defamation, emotional distress, and what was the other one? Emotional distress and negligence. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they say, hey, y'all got to take defamation out, or one of those, but we'll see. We'll see. It's just my opinion based off of experience. Um, let's see. And we're almost finished. We're almost finished. Oh, where did I go? So she is asking for, because she suffered mentally and emotionally, that exceeds $20 million. So she's trying to get that plus the $50 million. It's just, if you see these amounts, these are outrageous, y'all. Fifth cause of action is the violations of right of publicity under the California common law. And this is just mainly because of what Netflix has done. They use Harvey's identity and likeness for commercial advantage without her consent, resulting in injury to her. They did not get permission from her to use her likenessness for commercial purposes. So all the advertisement, all the articles, all of that, what they're saying is they didn't ask her. But here's the thing, going back to, lady, you said that this ain't you. You clearly said this ain't you. So why do they have to sit there and ask you for, yeah, that's crazy. But that's why they are getting sued under that. Let's see. Da, 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 da. It's the same there. All right, so exemplary damages, punitive damages. They are requesting a trial. So like I said, it might not even get to trial. It might just go to mediation. Oh, this is, I love this preservation notice, even though I don't know how often they actually abide by this, but it says Harvey requests that defendants preserve any and all related evidence, reports, statements, notes, emails, text messages, communication concerning the allegations herein. Defendants' failure to preserve relevant evidence from may warrant a spoliation instruction at trial, which creates a presumption that if the evidence was preserved, it will weigh against the respective party. Now, if Netflix answers, they're going to include this language in there. Because what happens is you want to make sure that you preserve any evidence that you have. That's why it's important for them to answer within that certain time period. Now, if somebody has a great PI on their team at so let's say Netflix, I know Netflix got lawyers. So if they got some good people on their team that can actually dig in deep and find what they need to find, this case can actually go somewhere. Like, I'm about to knock all this down. Like, you trying to sue us for defamation, talking about you didn't stalk anybody, but yet there's articles online that shows that you were They're made articles back in 2000 showing that you were a stalker. So yeah, this is who child. And all right, so this is the prayer release. So this is what Fiona is requesting the court to make Netflix do. So Harvey requested to finish Netflix Worldwide, and Richard Gadd decided to appear and answer. Now, you said Richard Gadd, but you didn't even include him into the lawsuit. I'm confused about that. Not unless he's going to go up under Netflix because I got to see about that. But this is basically this is the judgment. So this is the outcome, and we're about to wrap this up. This is the outcome that she wishes happen. So, judgment against defendants for actual damage, the sum to be determined by trial. But what she's saying is that she believes that this case is worth over $50,000,000, not including legal fees, costs, and statutory interest. Judgment against defendants for compensatory damages in the maximum amount allowed by law, in the amount to exceed over $50 million, not including legal fees, costs, but include mental anguish, the loss of enjoyment in life, and loss of business. Judgment against defendants for all the profits of Baby Reindeer in the maximum amount allowed, in the amount to exceed $50 million. Punitive damages in the maximum amount under law that exceeds over $20 million. Prejudgment interest at the legal prescribed rate from the date of the violations until judgment, as well as the post-judgment interest as applicable. So whatever, let's say that they award $100 million. From that day, they would have to actually, it accrues interest. It accrues interest. That's wild, ain't it? Yep. So don't ever go to court and get a judgment, because some do it annually. Some may have a per diem. Some might have a daily rate. You just don't know. It just depends on the jurisdiction. She's also looking for them to pay, award attorney's fees and whatever other general relief that the court may seem justified that she's entitled to. That is what she's asking for. And that's that. But they are demanding a trial. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on off of this. Yes. So that's it, y'all. That is it on Miss Fiona Harvey. I'm gonna go through these. Let's see. I am going to scroll. I'm gonna go through the comments right quick, and then we can go ahead and get on off of here. Okay, this is where I start at. All right, so Mighty Mouse said, I think she knows her record was clean after X years, and why did she submit the inadequate records? She did that on purpose because she thinks they won't find them. I do believe that as well. I really do. Something is fishy with her. Heather G agreed to that, and she knew it would be hard to find. That's why I say I don't think that she is using her. She has some aliases out there. Or, y'all know how in the US we have it to where we can seal records? That could be a possibility too. Who knows? Or, even expungement. I don't know. I think it's a different system that they actually have to have to search into. But I don't have access, but I'm darn sure going to figure out how to get it because I'm invested at this point. Yeah, emotional distress. It's crazy. But when we do these type of cases, this is everything that we put in there. So from the plaintiff, so I do mainly plaintiff's work for personal injury or family law, like petitioners. For criminal law, obviously we do the defendant side. So for things like this, for me, I see the opportunity. I see why they're going after Netflix. It only makes sense. They have the big bucks. Curly Cookie said, "Oh, her, so she's guilty of assault and harassment." Yeah, that's why it's important. So if these, I know personally, I will dig up your file. And this is what I want to tell you guys. When they, after they do, so during the discovery phase, you have what's called a request for production, a request for admission, and interrogatories. Interrogatories is a list of questions that both parties will exchange and have to answer. One of the one of the interrogatories is, have you ever been convicted of a crime of moral turpitude or a felony? Now it's going to be different because she is in another country. So it's like, how does that work? But I think you still have to answer those questions. But I want to see how truthful you're going to be. Then for the request for productions, you actually have to produce documents. So if any smart plaintiff, well, any attorney that want to know, this is going to be the big thing, because okay, Fiona, you're saying that you wasn't committed of any crimes. I need you to produce these documents. I need you to produce police reports or incidents reports or your criminal history. Because if not, that defendant attorney for Netflix needs to do their investigation. So I hope that's what it is. Now, after the discovery phase is done and said for, then you have depositions where each party is going to be questioned by opposing counsel. Or so Netflix is going to be deposed by Fiona Harvey's attorney, and then Fiona Harvey is going to be deposed by Netflix attorney. So I hope they ask about her criminal records and articles. I wish I was on the case. I really do. I really, really do. I was like, I'll do the work. Y'all ain't even gotta pay me. No, I'm playing. Mighty Mouse said she looked up the earlier restraining order Ray took out on her and did it wrong. I think she searched herself and didn't find the old cases, so submitting the minimum record she thinks is okay. Yeah. In the play, Gad worked as a barista. Okay. She's afraid to go outside except to go on Piers Morgan. Okay. And gained all of that freaking exposure. Now people really know who you are, dum dum. Hey, I like Piers Morgan. That's my boy right there. There's no way she thinks this case is worth 170 million. Hey, I'm telling you, on the plaintiff sides, we're going for the maximum. Okay. Now we know we may not get that $170 million, but we're gonna darn near get close to it. Curly Cookie said no, no way. Oh, no way. Okay, I know what you're saying. No way, no way. Heather said she does if she is Yes, that lady. I need to see some mental paperwork, some evaluations, but I know that's confidential. Heather G say at Curly Cookie, Johnny Depp only got 2 mil. He was able to show how much money he lost. Yes, that's the biggest thing about cases. A lot of people. And then we've been talking about Krishan and all these other, cases over the past couple of weeks. And I know people are like, well, how did this charge get dismissed and blah, blah, blah. Let me tell y'all something. I've been in this game for a minute. Judges like tangible evidence. I repeat, they like tangible evidence. They have to look at this piece of paper and they have to see, it has to be proven that, okay, if this happened to you, I can see it. I see your medical records. I see your medical bills. We're going to award you this. But if you can't prove it, you can't do that. So in Johnny Depp's case, he had receipts. If you don't have receipts, it's you can't go off of hearsay. You can't go off of what other people say. In court, that's why I try to get people to understand. People say they calling and doing this and reporting people. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I ever work for a celebrity firm and I get calls on a celebrity, I'm just gonna hang up in your face. That's what I'm going to do. I don't have time to sit there because your opinion, or like, call the police department. Okay. If the police department does not think that you have a case or is warrant for them to do anything, don't call no law firm. Don't call the DA's office, because it's not going to work out for you. But I'm getting off track. So, yeah, you have to show proof. And if you're in the case, then I put you under oath. I'm also a notary as well. But the court will also put you under oath. Or you will do an affidavit and you will submit to the court. An affidavit has to be notarized. And people like me, as a notary as well, I give you an oath so that you confirm that everything that in this document is true and correct. And that's what's filed with the court. So she has to show that she has all this emotional distress and all this other stuff. If she can't show that, she's not going to get dilly squat. Curly Cookie said, first off, you have to prove emotional distress? Time off work? Yep, you do. Same thing. My clients say, "Oh, I got into a car wreck. I had to be off for 3 weeks." Okay. What I'm going to give you is two things. One, I'm going to give you a lost wage form that you have to give to your employer. 9 times out of 10, they won't even give it back because they know damn well they either use PTO or they've been to work. And then the second thing is, okay, well, if you don't have that, does your medical record say that you could not, work, or you had anxiety and you couldn't go outside, or whatever the case may be? So if she can't prove any of that, it's not going to happen. It's not going to work out for her. Mighty Mouse, true. She just wants a payday and another way to stock. Probably so. Probably so. Mighty Mouse said exactly to Heather. Heather said her employer, Laura Ray, said she already had a bad reputation. So what has been defamed? Exactly. Oh, trust me, it's going to be a lot of people coming out the woodworks on this one. They did not use her likeness. Because actually, I wouldn't even change the name. I would have said, this is Fiona Harvey. Curly Cookie said, facts. Let's see. Mighty Mouse says, as a stalking victim, I would cry if she gets a penny. Yeah, that does suck, but you know how these laws go. Yeah, there is proof. There's proof out there, because she actually had to end up getting a restraining order. Heather to Mighty Mouse, that would be horrible. How do you stalk several people and then get rewarded for it? Hey, our system is weird. I know, right? Mighty Mouse said, Heather to Mighty Mouse, the silver line is that her previous employer stated if she wins against Netflix, then she will then sue Fiona for the damages she did to her. Baby, I sure hope that she do. I surely hope that she does. I wouldn't be surprised if people don't already have cases out for her crazy tale. Gad, Kira Strammer, and others should sue her too. Yeah, all of them. All of them. If she went to a mental hospital, she could have gotten her record sealed. Oh, I never thought about that. I never thought about that. Netflix got papers from Ray. She is an actual solicitor, so she kept them. That's good. That is really, really good. Oh man, y'all comments is going. Netflix need to get Camille, Johnny Depp's lawyer. But you know what? We never know. So I'm excited to see who's gonna be the attorney on that case. I will be mad if she gets $170 million too. That's crazy. She could, hey, she needs only $170. Oh yeah, you saying you'll be mad if she gets $170? Like, boy, let me tell y'all something. There has been times, and y'all, I do 3 types of law. I do family law, criminal law, personal injury law. So for personal injury, we be working on cases and we will go to trial and the attorney will lose. You don't get no, you have to write off those attorney fees. When you're dealing with litigated cases, that costs. It costs to file a petition, to get them served, to file certain motions, to do depositions. That shit racks up. So just to go to trial and lose, that's devastating. That is really devastating. What is Fiona's proof Martha was modeled on her? None. Yep. And Fiona is a pathological liar and very typical for a stalker. These things she said identified her would have identified any stalker. That is very true. That is very true. Oh man. So that is the end of these questions. Man, thank y'all for tuning in. This is wild. If you haven't seen Baby Reindeer, I suggest that you guys definitely tune into Netflix and watch that series. You might need psychological evaluation after that. I know I did because I was just like, wow. But I want you guys to remember the difference between the truth in this story. In my opinion, this was Richard Gadd's truth. It had nothing to do with Fiona Harvey. She just inserted herself in something because she saw a payday. That's all I'm saying. But who am I? I'm just a paralegal. I don't know nothing, but that is just my opinion. So I am interested to see how this story develops. I will definitely keep you guys updated. And the biggest thing is when Netflix files their answer. So I hope sometime this coming week that they do so. And when they do, I will hop on and I will definitely cover it with you guys. You are very welcome. And if you guys want to look into various lawsuits, let me know. I just want, when I started 8 days ago, y'all, and I did Krishan, but I want everybody to know that this page, this content is not just about Krishan. It's about going over lawsuits, giving my opinion about them, discussing it with you guys, and just having a little bit of fun in the legal world because we don't get to do that all the time. You are so welcome. Thank you, Mighty Mouse. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you, Curly. Let's see. The Sophie podcast with Gad is from 5/10/16. It has been renamed Who Hurt You and is on Apple and Global. I am going to check that out because I like, when I'm working, I like to listen to podcasts. So I am definitely going to check that out. So without further ado, it is 9:45. We did about a good 2 hours, which is awesome. This is my longest live. So do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and definitely leave a comment. And like I said, once some new information gets updated on the Fiona Harvey versus Netflix case, I will tune you guys in. If not, you're welcome, cousin Curly. Thank you. But if not, you guys be blessed, and I will see you guys later. Bye.